The brand new Beauty and the Beast. Was it an A plus beauty or was it an F, a beast? Find out here in my spoiler-free review. Welcome to Durbania. I'm Durbin, and this is my spoiler-free review for Beauty and the Beast. So was it an A plus or was it an F minus? Well, it wasn't an A plus for me, but it surely was not an F minus. Though, what was the most interesting experience for me was not just watching this movie, but it was our really weird audience that was in this movie. I mean, this audience was the most participating audience I've been in a long time. And then there was this girl sitting next to me, probably her mid to late teens, and I must assume she has never seen the 1991 Disney animated classic because this girl went crazy! I mean, especially when you get towards the end of the movie where you have Gaston and the Beast and they're fighting. The moment that this fight was going in the favor of Gaston, this girl's like, no! No! Kill him! And then when the fight would turn to be in the Beast's favor, it's like, yeah! Thank you! Now, in terms of the movie itself, it really isn't a bad movie, so let's hit the positives first. In the positive categories, it really does pay great homage to what we know and what we love from the original Beauty and the Beast cartoon. This movie is definitely a musical in and out, through and through, which means it follows the rules of a musical. So in terms of character development, you get that in song. In terms of character motivations, you get that in song. So if you like that, and you like getting it that way, and you liked how they did that in the cartoon, just like my crazy audience theater, I think you are going to really enjoy it. It was fun hearing all those songs all over again in a brand new movie, done kind of slightly different, but not totally different. Different enough that it's kind of got its own original spin, but at the same time, the same enough that you are in nostalgia city and you're kind of just enjoying it. I mean, I was surprised at how well I remembered the songs, and even though I didn't sing out loud with the rest of my theater, I was kind of singing it inside. Like, I was surprised at how much I knew the songs. In terms of the characters, like, I thought Lumiere was handled really well, especially when he was the candlestick and things like that. Like, he was just a fun character, and honestly, it reminded me a lot of the one from the cartoon. I did like Clocksworth. Ian McKellen did a great job voicing him. Luke Evans as Gaston. He was fantastic as Gaston. And what's funny is I'm watching this movie and a part of me is a little bit let down because it's like, yeah, but when you watch the cartoon, Gaston is this huge, like, hulk of a dude. Luke Evans has the personality down. He's got the acting down, but he's not this huge hulk of a dude. And then my wife is like, come on, that's a freaking cartoon. People can't live up to that. She's right. So Luke Evans, he did a really great job. Josh Gad as LeFou. I enjoyed his character. He was a fun little guy, but I think Josh Gad is funny. And so he did bring some of his Josh Gadness to this. So I did enjoy it, so that was fun. And then Belle and the Beast were kind of interesting because for the whole first half of this movie, they fell flat to me. As soon as Belle and Beast were flirting back and forth with each other, it felt like a little chemistry started to wake up. A little chemistry started to come alive. And so, you know, you really started to get into the characters. Since this is a spoiler-free review, I won't get into too much of the stuff that they added because, well, that's the new stuff. I mean, if you've seen the cartoon, you've seen the cartoon, you know how this whole thing turns out. But they did add a few other things, like there's a little extra backstory to Belle, you know, where Disney movies give you no backstory, you just know one parent's dead. This movie decided to go back and put a little bit of a story to that. You do get a little backstory of the Beast, and that opening monologue, you get a little bit more that he's not just a spoiled brat 11-year-old who gets cursed as a beast for 10 years because he wouldn't let an old lady in the door. Things like that I thought were really interesting, so I think they did enough of the changes to kind of round out a story, but they also kept it the same enough with that cartoon that you're going to walk out of that, if you really enjoyed the cartoon, then I think you would enjoy this. So, some of my negatives with this movie. It's like what I said earlier. I felt like an awful lot of this movie was falling flat until we reached the point in the movie where Belle and Beast started to get along, and we got to see some personality from the Beast. In terms of the Beast CGI look, he didn't bother me that much. If we got a whole body shot of the Beast, it bothered me. if we stuck with kind of close-ups of the Beast and things like that, I thought he looked pretty good. And I know a lot of people are bothered by his face. I don't know. I guess it's that actor in me that gets it. You know, when you're making a film and you put all this money into the actor, you want to see the actor's facial expression. So part of me gets it from that point, but I also get the point that it doesn't look like the Beast from the cartoon, but, you know, whatever. I thought it was fine. I didn't think the Beast looked bad. I thought a lot of the animated characters did end up looking good, but I don't know. I was about to say something that might be a spoiler, but if you've watched the cartoon, it wouldn't be a spoiler. Do I say it? Do I say it? Do I say it? I like them all better as the candlesticks and the clocks and, you know, under their cursed forms than as their human forms. There, I said it. I like them better in their cursed forms. I didn't like their human forms. Kevin Kline, I was surprised by how much I just didn't like his character in this. Maurice is kind of an important character, and, you know, he's a cool character in the animated movie. I didn't really care for him that much in this movie. I don't know if it's that Kevin Kline didn't do that great of a job portraying him, or maybe he did the best he could with what he was given or with what he was told to do. I don't know what the deal was there, but his character kind of fell flat for me, which kind of undermined a little bit of the tension surrounding Belle's father and stuff like that for me. So I'm leaving you here today giving this movie a B-. Yeah, not my favorite movie that I've seen this year. Definitely not going to be my top 5 of the year, but you know what? It was a fun movie-going experience. If you enjoyed the animated cartoon, if you love the songs, if you love the characters, overall, they did a pretty darn good job with the nostalgia of this movie and bringing that stuff together. So, let me know what you thought. If you saw it, let me know in the comments. While you're there, hit the subscribe button, become a Durbanian. Next to the subscribe button is that little bell. Anyway, click that bell and you'll get notified the moment I drop a brand new video. Saturday, releasing my spoiler talk. My wife, who loved the Beauty and the Beast cartoon, going to be joining me for that, so make sure you join us for that. And until then, I'm Durbin. Make sure you check out all the other videos here on my channel. Thank you for checking out Durbania.